Welcome to Channel 25 News. I'm your host for this morning, Michael, and I bring you good news that seems interesting sometimes. But first, let's acknowledge the fact that commencement is just around the corner for many high school seniors around the globe, I think. Because of that, I applaud. One close success and freedom that you guys will have. Moving on, I'll talk about something that might pique interest. What topic it is? Well, of course, it is about women. Now, the struggles of women had undergone in different parts of the world is astonishing. In America alone, women had to fight nail and tooth to reach suffrage. It was not until 1920 that they accomplished their goal, when the 19th Amendment was passed, granting women the right to vote. Now, enough about America. They are too mainstream. What country should we use then? How about Japan? How are the women being treated in Japan? Do they get discriminated by men, or do they live peacefully with equal rights? To get a first-hand look to the lives of women in Japan, we'll be going to Mitchell in Japan. Now Mitchell, tell me more about the lives of women in Japan. Hello, do you hear me? Alright. Thank you, Michael, for the nice introduction. Welcome to Japan. My name is Mitchell. Here, you can find many plushies that can be found in Tokyo. Now, let's start with basic facts concerning women in Japan. Did you know that women are currently winning against men? How, you ask? Well, in Japan, there are more women than men living in the country. To be more concise, for every 100 women living in Japan, there are 94 men. Now, according to the organization of UNICEF, the literacy rate for the country is actually quite high. The literacy rate for men is supposedly 95%. Now, let's look at the women. The literacy rate for women seems to be high as well, at about 95%. So it seems that women are not being deprived of education. Almost all colleges are open to women. So how are the women being treated in Japan actually? Well, it seems like getting a college degree is pretty much useless for a woman. In a survey conducted by the Japanese government, it seems that, and I quote, fewer than 30% of Japanese companies will even consider hiring a female college graduate. End quote. Now, what about the other 70% of Japanese companies? In the other 70% of Japanese companies, they offer jobs to women that are typically assembly line workers and secretaries. In Japan, intelligence is second rate to good penmanship and attractiveness for a woman looking for work. Office ladies in Japan are usually women who have a good penmanship. For example, managers would often prefer to hire women based on attractiveness and charm for a job of serving tea or coffee to guests. However, do you know what's more interesting about the Japanese companies? Well, many of the Japanese companies will hire teachers to come in and give lessons on a number of subjects, but not excluding flower arrangement, the ceremony, and even cooking, to be taught to women in the companies. Why do these companies do this? Well, the Japanese companies believe that when a woman gets married, they would often leave their jobs. In Japan, it seems that a woman is expected to leave everything behind for the sake of her new family. For example, let's say that if a husband gets relocated to a other location, then the wife is expected to follow him. Of course, the wife will stay if it conflicts with their children. For example, in a study conducted by the NEC Semiconductor plant in Koshine, Japan, it is predicted that every year around 300 women will enter and also leave the company for domestic reasons. However, a survey conducted showed that 70% of Japanese women agreed that women should hold responsibility for their household, rather than letting the men do it. Now, let's talk to a common Japanese woman I found in the street. Excuse me, what are your thoughts about Japanese women roles in the country?
こんばんはですね。私はチャノンニャンですねよ。私は日本人ですね。はい。Well, Japanese is my home. I believe that a woman do not seek fulfillment to a career. Personally, I believe that woman ですね seeks fulfillment by helping her family ですねよ。See, for example です。I feel happy and proud ヤマトですねよ。If my husband succeed in his job or if my children does well in school. すごいですね。ありがとうございます。日本人です。
Thank you for your thoughts. In a public speech given by Labor Minister Masaru Sakamoto, he said Japan should grow, and I quote, slowly but steadily, end quote, towards equality in the workplace. Many female Japanese women believe that it is the right choice to make. Even Japanese feminists like Rokono Masuri believe that there is no reason to forcefully break traditional views. However, as the years go by, women are breaking the norm of public traditional views. However, it is hard if 75% of women in Japan like their jobs, and over 70% prefer separate job roles for women and men. One of these days, the tradition of women in the workplace will change. That is over here in Japan. Let's go back to Michael at headquarters. Michael? Well, thank you, Mitchell, for that wonderful story about life of women in Japan. There you have it, good old people that are watching. Our next story, are men decreasing Japan? Well, till next time, have a good morning, viewers.